pathologist?
On his way, sir.
Who found it?
Small boy.
Handbag?
No sign of one, yes, sir.
Wristwatch?
Gone.
Rings?
3 on the left. 2 or 3. A couple more on the right.
Badly bruised on the face, back of the head cracked open. Oh, we found this over there. Specks of blood, a few hairs.
All right, keep it for the exhibits officer. What else? Bloody dancing shoes.
Manicured. Even the toes, well kept.
Oh, yes, she took care of herself.
Second finger scraping?
Of course.
The murder weapon?
Could be. Cause of death, a subdural hemorrhage. Deceased about 36 hours.
That puts it midnight Saturday.
Lots of contusions, beaten about the head quite a lot.
Yeah, since we found it, we've concentrated inquiries on the Pally at Brixton. That's where I've been all night. Pick up dancehall, I think that's obvious. Sexual assault?
I don't think so. Have to wait till I've looked at the swabs, but I'm pretty sure not.
Romeo wasn't interested.
It's the same man as the other two.
Yes.
Is it?
The 3 women are too similar to be a coincidence. They're all around 40, rather ample, motherly types. Same class, even look alike.
Everyone looks alike in here. Especially before breakfast.
Breakfast. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
That settles it then. Same one's done all 3.
Pathologists are romantics. We've nothing to link these 3 women.
Oh, don't talk rubbish.
The press is through there, by the way.
Another way out, Doctor.
Certainly, through that.
Wherefore art thou, Romeo? I only come to conclusions when the weight of evidence is so great you can't turn back from it.
You can't say that yet.
Oh, yes. A conclusion's a conclusion. It's over. Finished. Statement of fact. Kingdom. Yeah, well, don't call me here again. I'm going down to the murder HQ at Brixton. I shall be there for the duration. Huh? Yeah. Room with a bed and no view.
You won't get any sleep there, you know. You'll be on the job every minute. You can't go on without sleep.
Haven't you noticed? I can sleep with my eyes open. I do that especially when people are talking nonsense. You don't think it's one bloke? I know it is. Yes. Yeah, I'm coming down straight away. Yeah, I shall be on the premises from now on. Any developments? Yeah, we'll keep going.
Hello? Paddy Carson, I'll get rid of him.
No. I want to see him. Send him up, will you?
I thought we weren't talking to the press.
We need them.
Have you seen today's? Victim number 3 for the Romeo killer. Police baffled. There's an editorial in that. And there's a letter in the Times.
Let me see.
3 murders, 3 unidentified women. Strangled, wrapped in a carpet. In a trunk, buried. Not a clue. Not a hair of his head, not a nail scraping. Good God.
Yeah, they're pushing us. They played ball, but now they're pushing us. We deserve it. 3 weeks of investigation and nothing to show.
The middle-aged women of Brixton, one carries a long needle in her handbag. The over-30s evening at Brixton Palais suffered last night from a noticeable absence of women over 30.
When Harry Carson comes up, leave us alone for a minute, will you? Family stuff.
Finished packing.
Yes.
Always looks so bloody solemn.
Disapproving. It's his face. Keeps his nose up. Sinus, I think. Before I've tied this case up, he'll find something to criticize. You can bet on that.
You look ill, John.
Glaring lights in the mortuary.
Commander on your back?
I didn't ask you up here to answer that sort of question.
You owe me something. I want to leave for Sunday, John, otherwise I'm going to have to join in the chorus of crucifixion.
I've kept everyone informed.
They're making up their own stories. Speculation's wild. John, there's a strangler walking the streets. Give me a constructive lead.
Who's she going with?
What?
Who's Angela with? She's with someone.
Oh, for heaven's sake, John, I can't talk about that.
All right, get out, get out.
Look, she's my sister.
She's my wife.
You're separated.
She left me.
By mutual agreement.
Is Is that what she said? Mutual hell.
You mean she walked out on you?
That's right.
She said you reached the decision together.
Her decision. We reached her decision together. What'd she say about me, eh? Impossible to live with. Never think of anybody but myself.
No, she didn't. She did say that she had a career to consider as well as you.
Oh, yes, her career.
And that you didn't care what she wanted.
What about him? Fellow. Oh, come on, I want to know. That's all. I'm interested. I'd like to know what the opposition is. Tell me.
Well, he's young.
How old?
What difference does that make?
How old?
30.
She's a bloody fool. 7 years younger than she is. All right, that's all I want to know. She left me. I want that on the record.
Put it on your file.
Did you give you a message?
No.
Yeah. I'll tell her I hope she'll be happy.
You don't say.
Seen this letter in the Times?
Ah, yes. I was coming to that.
We tried everything, Harry. Got 100 men on it. In 36 hours, we got round to over 800 people at the Brixton Palais on that night.
It is the same killer, all three.
That's for sure. Dance hall pickups. Number one, we got onto the firm who made the trunk. 40 years old.
What was she doing in a trunk in Euston Station?
Can't find out who these women are. Nobody will come forward. How can women just disappear like that without anybody missing them? The mortuary pictures.
Exclusive?
Oh, don't be bloody stupid.
Well, I'll ask my editor. But give me something for Sunday, John. Something new.
Well, they're not tramps, these women. They're respectable. Private means. They've left home. Home's either marriage or living with a bloke. I don't think there are any kids, otherwise the husbands would have come forward. There'd be more connections. And they're having their last fling. Come to London, get a room, find their way to the Brixton Palais on over 30s night.
Where they meet Loverboy.
The necklace sparkles, the gold watch strap glints. Warm, anxious, mellow, motherly faces.
Do you think he's younger than they are?
Yes,
Now we're talking.
they dance. He sizes them up. They tell him they were married once, or even that they're married now, but husband doesn't care, and perhaps he doesn't. He's a long way away, somewhere like Huddersfield. A ball gown on number 2 we traced back as far as Huddersfield. That's where it was dispatched. Popular model, no dice.
Okay, husband in Huddersfield. Meanwhile, back at the Palais.
At the Palais they dance, he whirls them round. Oh, he's a good dancer. And then he charms them outside when he knows he can get away with it.
First one he takes back to his place, does in, dips her, drops her in a trunk and deposits her in. Well, don't the clerks remember anything? Numbers 2 and 3 he does on the way back to his place. So, you're looking for someone under 30, Lothario, good dancer, preys on frustrated older women at Brixton Palais.
Yes. Where? I'm coming straight down. Yeah. And where's he from? Well, thanks. That was worth staying awake for. Number 3 has been identified. Husband's at the mortuary now. Comes from Blackpool.
Can I go with you?
I don't want to be seen with you, Harry. There are no exclusives.
No. You know what I'm going to do, don't you? I'm going to do a piece on women around 40 who are leaving home for a last fling. Happening a lot this year.
I tried to give her everything. I gave her a good home. She could come and go when she liked. And the clothes she got. I showered her with clothes. I bought a diamond cluster for her birthday.
But she wasn't happy at home?
I didn't know she wasn't happy. I didn't know. How could I? She never told me. If there was ever anything she wanted, I bought it for her. She had a car. She didn't even take that when she left.
Why did she leave home then? Because of you?
Oh, I don't know. I suppose it must be.
You got that list of things she took with her. When did she leave?
About a week ago. Yes, last Wednesday.
Just like that, walk out.
I told you I came home from business. Gone, packed. No letter, no message. Look,
Yes, Mr. Haver,
I'm married.
but not to her.
We were
Yeah?
living together.
Was she married?
Yes,
She left him.
yes.
We're not concerned with morality here, Mr. Heaver. Everything you say is in confidence.
Yes, but it'll get in the papers.
What about her husband?
Well, Graham. Oh, he didn't want to know about her when she left. Washed his hands of her.
His address, please.
8 Faversham Road. Blackpool, 6.
Initial?
J.
So she left both of you.
I suppose she did.
What do you mean you suppose she did? She did.
Yes.
Why?
Oh, we had a row. We had several. She kept calling me an old fool, things like that. We live tangled lives.
Corporate weed. Nothing.
It's very complicated. It's private. Do I have to?
Yes, you do. What does she mean by an old fool?
Well, I was too old.
How old was she?
41.
And you're what? 50?
49.
She was 41. Well, that sounds all right. Did she ever tell you she fancied someone younger?
You know, women-
Just give me a straight answer. Did she ever tell you she fancied someone younger?
She kept telling me.
Who was it?
There wasn't anybody. She just said somebody younger. Anybody. It was just a discussion about attraction.
But she was right to fall for somebody younger. Well, come on, answer me.
I suppose so.
Do you think you were too old for her?
No, of course not.
No. I shouldn't think you were.
CID number here. That's right, CID. Yeah, there's no trouble with that. Yeah, one of my men is out to come and see sometime this afternoon. That'll be all right?
What's all this about a younger man, then?
Get back in there. I want that statement signed.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, listen, everyone. She's been identified. Name is Margaret Graham. Mrs. Margaret Graham. She has 2 addresses. 8 Faversham Road, Blackpool 6. That's her marital address. She's separated from her husband and also known as Margaret Heaver of 216 Bellevue Street, Blackpool 9. It's her non-marital address. Her partner there is Mr. Charles Heaver. That's the chap in there. Now, she left that address suddenly with a small bag last Wednesday. We've got a description of the bag. We've also got a photograph of her. You'll all get a copy, but I want it blown up and posted. Now, I want every move she made from, say, to be on the safe side 9 o'clock that morning. Who did she meet? Where did she stay? Where did she eat? She went to shops to buy makeup and things. And she went to the Palais. You lads who are on that effort. Now, you'll also be getting a full description of everything she was wearing, underwear, jewelry, and manners of speech, idiosyncrasies. All of that you'll get in a couple of hours. All right, we're opening up now. We're no longer in the dark. It's now 99% certain it was the Palais. All 3. And what's more, I think you'll find we're looking for somebody younger than she was. She was 41. Now, you lads are at the Palais. You've talked to the dancers. Talk to them again when you get the information. And don't forget the staff, the bands, the groups, the singers. Eh? All right. Now, who did she dance with? She was a lonely woman, unfulfilled. Prize catch for somebody with an eye to the contents of her handbag and a bit of a mummy complex. All right? Don't ignore anything. Who saw that woman between January the 3rd and January the 8th? Come on now, we're moving.
Whose body is it? Madam Hastings?
Don't know who it is, sir.
This is Miss Hibbert.
Joseph Marriott, sir. Questioned him at the pub the night before last. I just got round to looking in his room. It's in there.
Pathologist coming.
Oh, yes, sir.
Miss Hibbert.
Miss Hibbert. I'm Chief Superintendent Kingdom. Is she all right?
Yes, sir. Just a bit shocked.
Can you hear me, Miss Hibbert?
Oh, yes.
You know what the officers have found in that room?
Yes.
Have you seen it?
Yes, he showed it to me when he opened it.
He?
Me.
You didn't know what was inside it?
No.
Whose trunk is it?
The young man who rented the room from me.
Joseph Marriott.
Do you know where he is?
Well, he's at work. He's a railway porter. Do you want him picked up, sir?
No. I want him to come back here. Got him, Obed?
Yes, sir.
I'll bring him right back here. Can he let himself in?
Oh, yes, he's got his own key. I believe in trusting people, but I didn't think... He's such a kind young man. He's good and thoughtful.
What time does he usually get back?
Usually about 6, sir.
That gives us about 10 minutes. Now listen, dear. I'll tell you what I want you to do. You do want to help us, don't you?
Yes.
I want you to go with this police officer here, and she'll see that you're comfortable. You'll go for a ride in a car, she'll ask you a few questions, and then she'll find you somewhere nice to sleep. Just for tonight, dear. Then we can clear up in here, you see, and get everything back to normal.
Yes, but this young man didn't. Mr. Marriott doesn't. Oh, my dear God, it's so terrible. I can't believe it.
Now, come along, my dear. Let's go out of the car and go somewhere where we can have a nice cup of tea.
Oh, yes. Yes, I'd like a cup of tea. You see, I'm all on my own here. I have been, ever since Miss Hastings passed away last year. Oh, I'm so glad she's not here to witness all this. We were very fond of each other, and I wouldn't have had her go through all this. What a place this world's coming to.
How long's that trunk been here?
Well, ever since Marriott took over the room, sir. Saturday.
He's been in the trunk for weeks. You must be carting it about with him.
I'll give you 5 minutes to get rid of that crowd. I want the cars moved too. We'll creep into the cracks in here. Jump him if he gets naughty.
All right, outside of the door. Get the cars, away in the crowds. Try and make everything look normal out there. Come on, quick.
Number 4.
It'll be the last. Okay, come on. Joseph Marriott. Who's this?
Oh, my God.
I'm Chief Superintendent Kingdom. I want to know who that is. Give that a name.
Oh, my God.
Never mind all that. Who is it?
Oh, it's my wife.
You killed her.
No.
Get her. Wait till the DI gets here. He'll tell you what I want.
Who is it?
Joseph Marriott, railway porter, age 31.
Like Cinderella shoe.
Just helping, just assisting.
Is there likely to be an arrest?
Nothing more to say at the moment.
Do you have anything to say soon, later?
We found another body. He says it's his wife.
What does it look like?
Press Bureau will give you details. I'll see you later. Bring in a book.
All right, just calm down, please, Mr. Marriott. We don't want you to be upset. You're going to help us, aren't you? We're going to try and help you, and you're going to help us.
Yes.
You knew the body of your wife was in that trunk.
Yes.
Good. How did she get in there?
I put her in.
Right. You put her in. All right, have a cry. We don't mind, we all cry. Yeah. Have a good blow, go on. So, how long, therefore, had your wife's body been in that trunk?
About 3 weeks.
3 weeks in that trunk. You had an argument, eh? And she had an accident. She fell on something, she expired, and you put her in the trunk.
No.
Oh, she didn't die by accident.
No.
How did she die? You tell me.
I don't know.
You don't know how she died?
You don't know how she died?
No.
Any ideas how she died?
No.
Heart attack?
I don't know.
We'll tell you how she died, all right?
She was strangled, Joseph. She was. She was strangled. You didn't know that? This isn't a game where we go backwards and forwards with you saying you don't know and us saying we do. You tell us things. You open your mouth and you talk clearly and coherently. Do you understand?
Yes.
You did that. You strangled her. You choked her.
No.
Who did?
I don't know.
You did.
No.
You know who did?
No.
We know who did. Well, it's obvious, isn't it? You wouldn't have tried to hide her if it hadn't been you.
I didn't do it.
All right. You'd only been with Miss Hibbert since last Saturday.
Yes.
Where were you living before that?
12 Brick Road, basement.
You had a bed sitting room.
Yes.
And that's where she was killed.
Yes.
But you didn't move until Saturday.
No.
How did you move the trunk?
A friend of mine helped me. He's got a car.
Did you know what was inside it, this friend?
No.
What's your friend's name and address?
Alf. Alfred Sawyer, 19 Castleton Street.
He helped you with another trunk, didn't he? The one you took to Euston Station. Or was that another friend who took that one, eh? How did you get that trunk there? By car?
No, I didn't. Not that one, I didn't.
Oh, you know about it?
I read about it.
All right, Joseph. This is where you start talking sense. As Inspector Ward said, no lies, no pretense, no games. There she is. That's the one you took to Euston Station.
No, I told the detective at the Palais I'd never seen her.
Now you've got a chance to tell us that you did see her. What was her name?
I don't know.
You met her at the Palais.
No.
How about this lady here? You recognize her, don't you?
No.
You remember you danced with her at the Palais?
No.
Why do you keep saying no quickly like that? You haven't had a good look at it. Have a good look at it.
I did look.
Have another look at it.
No.
How about this one here? You danced with her, didn't you?
No.
Now, don't keep saying no like that. Say possibly. I mean, it was dark. You might have danced with her. Is there a possibility you might have danced with her? Is there a possibility?
Yes, I suppose so.
Good. Now you're being constructive. And when you took her out to take her home, you still didn't get a good look at her face. I mean, you might not have seen her even then.
I didn't take anybody home.
No, not home, just halfway, eh?
No, not halfway. I haven't taken anybody home or even just out. I go dancing. I just go dancing to enjoy myself.
With
that's
your
all.
wife in a trunk at home?
Yes. Yes. I didn't kill her.
You're a good-looking boy, Joseph. Do you mean to say you've never taken a girl out? You never go to a dance, pick up a girl, take her outside for a bit of a cuddle, eh? Bit of a cuddle? You go dancing twice a week, don't you?
No.
Didn't your wife go with you?
No, she didn't like dancing.
Oh, she didn't like dancing. But you went dancing with other girls.
She wanted me to go. She was understanding. She wanted me to go out and enjoy myself. She likes staying at home. I love my wife. I love her very much. I've never been unfaithful, and she's never been unfaithful with me. We were the happiest people you ever met. You ask anybody. You just ask anybody.
Where'd you put the jewels?
What's that, sir?
The rings and the necklaces and the watches you took from these women. There's a diamond watch, for instance. If you sold it, it'll turn up.
I haven't got any diamond watch.
Where is it, lad?
I haven't got anything like that.
All right. Let's talk about your wife, eh? What was her name?
Eve. Eve Marriott, sir.
You loved her very much.
I loved her. Yes, I loved her.
Yes, I know you loved her. How old was she?
41 years of age.
41 years of age. Why'd you marry a woman 10 years older than you are? What's the attraction?
Well, we loved each other.
You prefer older women?
No.
Well, you married her, didn't you?
Well, I wanted to, that's all.
Where did she work?
In a shoe shop.
What shop?
Avril's in Bark Road.
Well paid.
No, sir, not really.
Your job's not very well paid either, is it?
No.
It's mostly tips, really, isn't it? Times are bad at the moment, what with unemployment and prices and things.
Yes, that's been bad.
Yeah, so plenty of money in the handbags, eh? Plenty of readies there.
Eh?
Margaret Graham had plenty of cash on her, didn't she? Or was it Margaret Heaver? What name did she give you?
I didn't see her.
Or did she give you another name?
Look, I told you.
You love your wife.
Yes, oh yes.
Then why'd you kill her?
I didn't kill her. We were happy together. There was no reason.
Then someone else did. You saw him do it.
No. I found her like that.
Go on, you found her like that.
Well, I come home from work, and she was lying there, and somehow I knew she'd been killed.
Somehow? How?
Well, I don't know. The way she was lying there.
Well, what did you think had happened?
Well, I thought this maniac had killed her, the one that done that woman in the trunk one. Well, I read about it in a paper.
What made you think it was the same person who did that?
Well, I don't know. I just guessed.
What did you do then?
And I went out and I bought a trunk.
Why?
Well, I was going to leave her somewhere.
Why?
Because I wanted the police to think it was the same person who killed the woman in the trunk.
You wanted to make it look the same? To blame it on him?
Yes.
You killed her, but you wanted to blame it on him?
Yes. No, I didn't kill her. I've lived for 3 weeks with that in my room.
Tell us again. Why'd you buy that trunk and put Eve in it?
Because I was afraid the police would think that I was the one who killed her.
Oh, that was very clever of you to think that one up. How many sleepless nights did it take you to think that one up, Joseph, eh?
What's that, sir?
You killed her. You killed the others. Didn't you? You put her in a trunk the same as the first. Buried the second, and you clobbered the third with that! Come on, lad. They can't hang you now. Prison's not all that bad. Come on, lad. Get it off your chest.
I didn't do it.
Come on, you can have your first really good night's sleep. Tell us all about it, lad. Like 'em older, don't you? Like a woman to be like your mother, so they can look after you and mother you. Eh? Like a lady with a little bit of experience of life so she can look after you and mother you. You know they go for your goo-goo face and your big brown eyes. Part of your stock in trade, isn't it? Eh? turning on the charm. You think you're captivating, don't you? Hey, give them something they can't get at home. Make them feel younger. You'll lace them up properly, won't you? Oh, a regular little charmer. Little Casanova, aren't you? Look at me! Well, you're going to tell me all about those women, Joseph, before this night is out, because I've got your number. Yes, I've got your number, my friend. And I'm not letting you off the hook.
David.
Gentlemen, we're getting results. I can tell you with confidence we'll be making an arrest in this case before midnight. You'll catch your editions.
What's happened?
Yeah.
You're certain, are you?
I'm more certain about him than I've ever been in my life.
Then I'm making an application to be taken off the case.
Why?
Because I think you're out of your mind.
With Inspector Ward.
He went out, sir.
Where did he go?
Well, he said he was going for a walk.
For a walk? When was that?
A long time ago, sir, when he came out of your office.
You told the officer who asked you questions at the Palais that you went twice a week to Over 30s night.
Yes, sir.
Why do you go to Over 30s night?
I don't like dancing with little girls.
You don't like dancing with girls who are younger than you are.
Well, I don't mind, but I prefer women of my own age.
And older.
Yes, sir.
You prefer older women.
You asked me that.
I'm asking you again.
Oh, not really.
You married Eve, didn't you?
Yes, sir.
How old were your girlfriends before you met her?
I don't know. All ages, I suppose.
But you married an older woman. That's abnormal, isn't it? You do realise that's abnormal.
No, sir, I don't.
As abnormal as going to a dance hall and picking up older women and robbing them and killing them.
No, sir. Even I loved it.
I'm not talking about Eve. I mean those other women you met.
What women?
You danced with older women at the Palais.
Yes, sir.
How old?
Well, who do you mean?
The women you danced with at over 30s night.
Well, I don't know. Over 30?
Now, don't you be cheeky with me, lad. How old? 40, 45, 50?
Yes, sir. Some of them might be.
Yeah. What about her, eh? What about her? That's your mark, is it? Women like that? Women about that age?
No, sir.
The one's
no,
on the
sir.
telephone, sir.
Kingdom.
Hello, John. Harry.
Yeah, Harry.
I'm speaking from a telephone box in Brick Road. I don't know whether your boys have got round to this district yet.
Brick Road? What's Brick Road? Oh, that's where Marriott and his wife used to live, yeah?
That's right. Now listen, I don't know whether you know this yet, but Eve Marriott was a prostitute. From what I've been able to get from the neighbours, the husband never twigged what was going on behind his back. But they say that when he went out the door, the callers came thick and fast. I think you'd better get onto it quickly.
I will, Harry, thank you.
And by the way, I gave Angela your message. John, you still there?
Yeah.
She said thank you, and she is happy.
Who's detailed for Brick Road?
Sharples and Acos.
Well, why the hell haven't we heard from them?
Well, they were following it up after seeing this soil
I want
bloke.
20 men round there now. Eve Marriott was a Tom. When hubby's back was turned, she entertained. I want names. Come into my room. What the hell do you mean by walking out on this investigation like a petulant school?
I said I didn't want to work on the case anymore. I've been out to think it over. I still don't want to work on it.
Why not?
Because you've convicted him already.
What are you talking about?
You think he's guilty? You said it was a certainty. We're supposed to be playing at detectives.
Look, I'm warning.
On what evidence do you base a certainty? The only evidence I can see is that of a retarded, frightened human being who doesn't understand a word you're saying half the time. As far as I can tell, he's tried to answer truthfully every single question we've put to him. But you keep coming back to older women. We've got no evidence linking him with these 3 other women, not a scrap. Maybe we'll come up with it, but we haven't yet. So how can you be certain?
Go on.
At the briefing, you said we should look after a younger man. Why? I couldn't understand why suddenly, out of the blue, you thought it was a young man killing older women. That's where he went off the rails. When you pulled in Marriott, you started trying to prove your theory.
He married an older woman. What's more, we've just learned that Eve Marriott was a Tom carrying on a business behind his back. Now we're getting to a real motive. So much for your arrogance. I expected this from you. I'd have had you taken off this case myself if I'd had good reason. Well, now I've got good reason. There are times when I've questioned whether you're watching me or the suspect.
We haven't had a PM yet. We haven't gone over the suspect's possessions. We haven't got the results from the trunk. We haven't seen this man Sawyer yet, the man who helped him carry it. There are 500 things we haven't had time to examine. How can you make an arrest? You said yourself, a conclusion is a conclusion established when all the facts have been brought to light. I've watched you, yes, I have. But only because I've wanted to learn. I don't know what it is. It's probably lack of sleep, whatever it is. I don't want to see you make the reputation for some young barrister for the defense who runs rings round your theories. And on the evidence so far, he'd take us to the cleaners. There are a lot of people out there waiting for the name of the bastard who did this. Let them wait. Until we come to the proper conclusion, he's innocent. Until we prove otherwise.
They brought Sawyer in yet?
Yes. And they found this tucked away in a cupboard. Aladdin's cave.
Of course, I'm a bloody fool. What did he say?
He hasn't opened his mouth yet.
Get Mr. Heaver in.
Mr. Heaver?
That's Sawyer.
He helped him with that trunk. There was a body inside. It had been there for weeks. He must have known.
Complicity, at least.
Yeah, or else Marriott's story was true.
Always been possible.
All right, Alan. We're in business now. Come in, please. Mr. Heaver, do you recognize any of this?
That's Margaret's watch. And a ring.
This one? You sure?
Should be. I gave it to her.
Thank you. Mind waiting?
Of course.
Bring Sawyer in. Yeah? Mr. Sawyer. Alfred Sawyer. Sit down. Oh, a friend of Marriott's. Friend of Joseph's, yeah?
Yes.
You helped him with that trunk, didn't you? Not very nice, was it? Body inside, been there a long time. Not like the one you took to Euston.
Euston? I don't know.
You did take that one to Euston, didn't you? Picked her up at the Palais, eh? Just like the other two. Attractive woman, prime of life, looking for a good time, waiting to be picked up.
If you'd seen the way they carried on, asking for it.
That's why you killed them, eh? You did kill them, didn't you? Didn't you? And I wonder where you got that from. Where'd you get it? All right, Alfred. If you don't feel like talking, just nod your head, eh? You killed someone, didn't you? Yeah. How many did you kill? How many women? 3? 4? You killed Marriott's wife, too. Did he have anything to do with it?
He was stupid. He didn't know. She was
They were all the same, weren't they?
I like young Joe. He was a good friend. She was cheating him. She'd no right to cheat him like that. He loved her. How could he love a woman like that?
He didn't know.
But I knew. I knew what she was like. She tried it with me. They all did.
And that's why you killed them?
Yes, I killed them. I killed them all. And I'll do it again, and again, and again. Please don't let me.
He's going to bring his dinner up. Look out. Come on. What? Well, I'd say he was about 52.
About that.
Joseph, I've caused you a great deal of hurt and pain. I'm very sorry I had to do that, but you should have come to us as soon as you found your wife's body.
Yes, sir.
And a lot of bad things have happened to you, and I'm afraid it's not over yet. You're going to hear things about your wife and your friend that you won't believe.
My wife?
Yeah, later. Listen, Joseph, you're tired, I'm tired. In the morning, I'll have to have a statement, a very full statement. And I may have to charge you then with concealing the body. That amounts to obstructing the police. But I'm satisfied that you had nothing to do with the murder, with any of the murders. And I'm pretty sure the Director of Public Prosecutions will drop the other charge.
Then I'll be free.
Well, we'll find you somewhere to stay, help you out. Make it up to you if we can.
Yes.